Hi, RD Barry here. Welcome to episode 76 in my Let's Play of Final Fantasy XII. Alright, well, I am back in Rabanester. I have since leveled up a little bit, level 34 now. I'm gonna try to do the next hunt. I believe I've got a pretty good handle on it, but the last time I tried it, I did get did have to use a Phoenix down, but wasn't a total catastrophe. So yeah, we've got plenty of Phoenix downs. So anyway, let's get started with it. First of all, I'm going to go to Muthru Bazaar. Okay. And visit the Clan Centurio and talk to Mont Blanc. Right, and this is the one I want to go for, the remaining, or the one elite rank 3 hunt, Gil Snapper. There we go. By the way, it doesn't seem to have anything to do with Gil or snapping, so I'm not sure about the name, but there it is. Right. Okay. Alright. And he is in the, that southern safe area in Giza Plains, in the rains. Yeah. So, whoops. Oh, and we get company this time. Vaan. Right. Yeah, he's getting bored, so he wants to help. Let's talk to him. Hunter Stalker, yeah. Nothing to do with that hunt, but it's interesting news, I guess. I don't know when, if ever, that comes up. Pretty sure it's not this time, though. Anyway, let's get back to the South Gate. And I waited until now. This is a good time to do it because it is the rains. Oh, by the way, the pattern seems to be, I'm pretty sure this is how it works. You look at the hour, the current hour in the menu here. It says 92. Divide that by 3 and look at the remainder. That's 2. If it's 2, then it's the rains. If it's 0 or 1, then it's the dry. So it goes, cycle is every 3 hours. And it's 2 hours dry for 1 hour of wet or rain. Anyway, so it's the rains now. If it's dry when you decide to do this, then you're gonna have to do something else for a while, I guess. Anyway, so fortunately we have this. And the other thing that's fortunate is that once we're in the dry, or in the rains, it doesn't change until, I'm just gonna flee here. It doesn't change until you exit the area. So we can stay here indefinitely, but if we leave the area, then it will revert to the dry, assuming the timing is right here. Crystal Glade, I think that's the name of the area we're going to. It was figured prominently in the Sunstone Hunt at the near the beginning of the game, but since then, not so much. All right. And our two clients are here, Roalco and Nanao. Roalco is just standing there with this giant urn, for some reason. Well, it's not giant, but it's large, I guess. We can talk to him, but he's not actually the person we need to talk to, but so he, yeah. So he asked for help, but he's not the official, client here. We have to talk to Nanao. Yes, that's why we're here. Okay, right. Yeah. They start having this argument about a tortoiseshell hairpin. Apparently, they think that that is the cause of the whole issue there. We don't really need to get into that, but that is they're pretty sure it's that's the issue, though. Right, so the Gil Snapper. Yeah, the Rain Lord. And again, I don't know of why they call it the Gil Snapper, but whatever. Anyway, so we need to get it, defeat it, and the thing is here, this time when it's defeated, it will be absorbed into that giant, it's not giant, but large urn. Yeah. And, we don't actually have to do that. The game will do that for us. The silent urn. Anyway. Alright. Gil Snapper, terminate with extreme prejudice. Alright. So, they said something in all that about the, let me check the map here, about the tracks of the beast, and that's where we want to go. And we opened that up in a previous episode. Basically, you go around the entire area. I believe there's, and look for trees to knock down. I think there's like one in each. Well, I don't know if there's one in every single area, but there's one tree in most of them, at least almost all of them. And you find it and knock it down, and eventually they all drift toward this drift down here to form this bridge that allows us to reach the tracks of the beast. And as soon as we go in, yeah, Bonzat shows up. Right, easy prey with Bonzetta, yeah. Oh. Well, that's interesting. Yeah, when I tried this before, oh, okay. I don't think he's got any company, so that's good. The condition is it just has to be a heavy rain. So if that's a problem, just zone in and out multiple times, until you get a heavy rain, and then Bonzet will show up again. If there's no heavy rain, Bonzet will show up and say, nope, haven't seen him. Zone in and out a couple times. I wish that wasn't. Wish I was able to be able to show you that, but I got lucky, quote unquote. Anyway, so I am going to set up party and equipment and gambits offline. So I will rejoin you when I am done with that. I'll show you some of the setup. Okay, well, first of all, I want to check out Bonset here. I'm going to try to give him a potion. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Items, potion, and then, there we go. He is immune to Libra for some reason. He's weak to fire. He has a face status built in. I'm not sure what you'd call him. He doesn't seem to do a whole lot of damage, but whatever. So I'm not really sure how much of a help he is. But he is there, I guess. Anyway, it seems like you ought to be able to, I don't know. He is not a guest, so we can't really control anything he does. If he wants to cure himself or whatever, that's fine. Well, I think we'll just let him take care of himself, and we'll take care of ourselves. Anyway, I think he does cast. I don't know. I'll have to keep track. When I rewatch this of what he does, but if that shows up at the top of the screen, but I think he does cast immobilize occasionally, which may or may not help. Anyway, actually, you know what? I'm going to remove this targeting self-attack thing. I want Thundara because if the enemy is immobilized, then I would rather just have Ash retreat. She currently has the lowest lowest HP of anyone. And partly that is just the way the jobs rolled out. Everybody else was able to get these HP licenses, but apparently neither Red Battle Mage or Black Mage have those. And Vaan, Fran, or Vaan and Fran have uh, have light armor, which give HP as well. So Ash is our lowest HP. I want to try to keep her well out of the way of the main battle. That's why I made her party leader, so I can pull her out of range if necessary. Anyway, let's look at the gambits. I have my kind of the standard boss gambits, except let's see, Bosch is pretty basic here. I'm gonna have I know there's a I know this enemy does attack or use slow occasionally. I think I'm also going to do an eye drops. Yeah, we've got plenty of those. Let's put that into, whoops, ally any. You could use Blinn now, but I'd rather have my mages do something more useful, like curing people. Oops. Let's see. I've got Ash doing silence, blind, and slow. I think the biggest one is silence, because this Gil Snapper casts Blizzara, or some very high level blizzard or snow based or ice based attack, and we want to get him silenced sooner rather than later, and as much as possible. Since his attack is ice based, if I go to equipment, you notice I have both Bosch and Ash equipped with ice shield. That should cut down the damage a little bit. Penelo can't really equip a shield, so that won't make any difference. Anyway, let me check Penelo's gambits. I think that will be it. Yeah, I'll have to check that status equals shell. I don't know if this guy has any has a status that I need to worry about other than shell. I'll see what he has. I forgot what he's actually using there. Right. So let's get close enough to see the bar there. Yeah, see, he doesn't really have jaws, so I don't know how he could snap anything, but and he doesn't drop Gil, so that's not a thing. But yeah, I think they just, the name is kind of randomly chosen, I think. Anyway, so yeah, I've got the Ash trying to cast decoy on Bosch. Protect and show. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. Let's put in status. We've got the space there, so let's put status equals protect. In case he does one at a time. I'm not sure how that works, but it's not, since we have the slots there, it's not going to make any difference if we do both. There's the spell right there. Okay. And we may not need the shell if we get silence on him early, but it's not going to hurt. and it won't last forever anyway. Meanwhile, let's have Bosch actually do the first attack here. Keep Ash out of the way. All right, we got lure on Gil Snapper, and what I'm really afraid of is that flatten attack. That's not something we can silence. Oh, there are more turtles here. Okay, that's possibly an issue. I didn't realize that, otherwise I would have cleared them out. Yeah, alright. For some reason he's got chains attached to his leg. I'm not sure if that actually slows him down or not, but whatever. Anyway. Still no silence. Right, so Pinello, let's see, why don't you get a little bit closer to Bosch there. Alright, so let's see. Wow. Yeah, we got silence in there somewhere. That goes way too fast for me to read, but okay. Anyway, I don't know if there's a setting you can do to fix that. But anyway, immobilize will help, because I think that means that he won't be able to turn and attack Ash. And like I said, she's got the lowest HP, so that's who I'm most worried about. Anyway, so now that we've got all the status effects here going, hopefully we can get Thundara. Yeah, and that does over 3,000 HP. That should work pretty well. Well, not over 3,000 every time, but a lot of the time. Oh, Immobilize must have worn off, so I guess we've got here we go. Mobilize back in effect. I'm pretty sure that was Bonsat, so at least he is doing something. Oh, Ash is curing Bonsat, which I'm not sure how I feel about that. I'd rather have her use her MP on us. Whatever. Okay. Now, I think at this point, it's the enemy is at HP critical, and I believe that means his physical defense will go up a lot. So Bosch is not going to be doing much more than tanking at this point. But the Thundar should help a lot. I think that's still having full effect. Oh, immobilize wore off again. Oh, there we go. Okay, not too bad. The Gil Snapper was drawn into the urn. That was 20 LP, by the way. Not too shabby. Okay. Vaan says, job done. I'm out of here. And let me switch back to regular gambits for the time being. Okay. And there are other enemies in this area. So look, I think we've seen these before, but I didn't want to fight them at the time because I was thinking that I would be too low level. Let's clear them out now, because I think we're pretty well set for them at this point. I'm gonna change Bosch to do a Fira gambit. Yeah. Let's change our party leader back to Bosch. Okay. And actually, now that the main battle is over, let's also switch his equipment to the flame. Whoops. To the flame. Flame. What is it? Flame tongue. Yeah. That should help a bit. There we go. Yeah. Vanel's casting Blindna, that's fine. Yeah. See that those silicon tortoises do flatten too, but aged turtle shell, that's interesting. But that's fine. Because she's not gonna get KO'd by them. We'll just have to cast Cure. Okay. So if there are more that around here, I'm going to do them off screen. But in the meantime, I want to make sure we get everything in this area. And as usual, you want to be thorough. Make sure you get all the chests and whatnot. I don't think there is anything to write home about, especially except for one thing here. Right, so there's this little corner down here, south, west or southeast, and there's an urn, and that does not contain a map. It has something called Feather of the Flock. I remember this from the PS2 version, actually. If we look at, I believe it's a, it's under key items. A legendary cockatrice feather with a brilliant white sheen. Touching the feather, you feel a strange bond with the cockatrices. Right. And I will check into that a little bit later. Meanwhile, we've got more of these silicon tortoises to clear out. Mainly for the EXP and the loot at this point. Might as well clear out the area, and since we've got since we do need the EXP. Right. I'm feeling those aged turtle shells are gonna fetch a good price, but we'll see. Alright, I think we're done with that area. We can come back later to level up more if needed, but for now, let's get out and head back to the Crystal Glade. Right, just straight. Okay, and we've got their sack there, and there's an envelope there, but other than that, yeah, no people. We've left to rejoin the others. I guess we never really do find out where they spend the rainy season. I don't remember ever seeing them like any other place. So maybe they spend it indoors or something. I don't know. Anyway, please visit us during the dry. Yeah. Etc. etc. So there's that. Let's get back to Rabanastre. So since we were in the rains for nearly an hour, the time has we're now overdue for the dry, and sure enough, if we turn around here, it's dry again. So zero waiting in terms of getting back to the dry here. Yeah. Let's get back to the village and talk to those two kids, I guess you'd call them. Yeah, there they are. Does it matter who we talk to? I don't know. Yeah. Right. Well, I've got some ideas. Anyway, Gil, teleport stones, that kind of thing. Right. Yeah. Wow. Okay, so after all that fighting about the hairpin, now actually kept it. Uh, yeah. Yikes. I'm interpreting this to mean that those two are brother and sister. But I don't know. I guess we don't really find out officially. It just seems reasonable. So Brunoa again. Remember her with the crocodile hunt. Anyway. So she says it had nothing to do with the hairpin. We just need to, somebody just needs to go out and defeat that Gil Snapper on a regular basis, and turns out it was us this time. Anyway. Right. Yeah. So having it in the urn is gonna help, but wasn't really the wrath of the gods or anything. Oh yeah, and this is funny here. How come you told us never to buy tortoiseshell? Well, you should not kill a tortoise simply to harvest its shell. Which I guess I'm really glad that we don't follow that advice. Because we'd be in a lot of trouble. Well, we're getting EXP too, but whatever. We're getting EXP and license points, and that'll help us defeat the Empire. So it's all in a good cause. Anyway, I have no idea what Phobos Glaze is. I'm probably not going to sell it to find out, but we'll see, I guess. Hopefully, maybe. Anyway. So those two are still arguing. And let's go and check the cockatrices here. And that the feather of the flock actually has an effect here. If we go talk to them. Yeah. It says something now. We can understand their language or thoughts or something. Right. And for some reason they all talk with a Dick Van Dyke style Cockney accent. Maybe something to do with the name there. Cockatrice, Cockney. Yeah. Right. So I don't think they're saying anything that we haven't already seen somewhere, but anyway, so they're all have their own little speeches, and I might go through that off screen to see if there's anything really significant, but I think it's basically just flavor text here. That will be something we will need to use later, though. Anyway. So that was that hunt done. Let's get back to Rabanester, and I'll save and call it an episode. Anyway, that does it for the rank 3 hunts, normal and elites, and so I might do a one of the level or rank 4 hunts coming up. Probably not right away. I might do some leveling up off screen first. I'm not sure. I think they are doable now, but I might do more. I might level up. I think what I'll probably do is level up off screen and then continue in the Fawn Coast a bit, and then continue on with rare game and hunts again. Anyway, hope you'll join me for that, and until then, bye.